What's going on, guys? This is Manuel Godoy from Black Sands, and today we're talking about investment. What? Well, this is the first day of our investment round, man. The official first day. I know a lot of people pre-registered. All right. So we got 1,700 investors that pre-registered for this investment round. And it's time to go and collect them papers. You know what I'm saying? Collect them papers for real. If you haven't yet, and you already invested in our company in reserve, make sure you are no longer in reserve. Go to wefunder.com, go to your portfolio, and confirm your investment. This means that you're going to check the final terms of the investment round. You're going to say, these are great terms. And then you're going to confirm that you are officially in. And then they're going to hold your spot and give you the early bird special. Now, for all of you guys who don't know about the early bird special, the reality of the early bird special is that you're going to get, I think it's a 10% discount on the shares. It's in the terms, but it's basically a 10% swing. So you get 10% more equity for the same amount of money, right? So if let's say it was $1 per share, right? $1,000 would get you 1,000 shares. But if you invested early, $1,000 will get you 1,100 shares, right? So make sure to confirm your investment if you're one of those investors who already reserved. Confirm it now. You have plenty of time. You have plenty of time. But after 48 hours, we're going to send that mass email out, right? And then it's out of my hands. At that point, after 48 hours, everybody's going to get a chance to confirm their stuff, and some people will jump in front of other people. You know what I mean? So get your bag. Get your bag. Don't be left behind. All right? Now, this is a special meeting because it is the start of the investment round. I want questions, okay? Any questions you have, leave them in the comment section, and I'm going to pull them up on my screen so I can answer them for you, all right? So leave your questions there. Any questions at all about the investment round, the terms, the freaking numbers, whatever. I got you. I'm going to answer every question I possibly can tonight. And we'll go from there. I got people on TikTok also watching as well, and they're interested to know some things. So throw some pretty dope questions out there, okay? Let's see. Let's see. So the most basic question right off the bat, how can I become an investor? Well, the answer is in the description. So if you look at the description on this video, you're going to see go to wefunder.com/BSP Comics. There, you will leave your investment. All right. So go there, go to wefunder.com/BSP Comics and invest. You are buying stock. All right. So the idea is you probably want to review everything, right? Review the information about the company deck, right? The history, what's owned by the company, blah, blah, blah. And then make an informed decision and invest, right? But that's where you're going to do it. All right. The minimum is $100. Minimum is $100. There is no maximum. As some people have tried to find out, some of my investors did like 20,000. So, right. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's the next question is exactly the question I just answered, right? A minimum and a maximum. There is no maximum. The minimum is 100. All right. There's also some countries that can't invest, right? Specifically places in Canada. For some reason, Canadian law doesn't allow people to invest, on like websites like this. It's weird, but it's only Canada. I got investors from South Africa, France, Mexico, all that stuff. So Canada is just a special place. This question coming from Lawrence says, how long till close on this investment? Well, when we hit $1 million. So if you guys haven't known yet, I'll show you right now. Here we go. So right now we are sitting at, it's not even that much. Let me check real quick. I'm gonna refresh it. We are sitting at $708,499. All right, that is the current raise. That's how much we have raised already for this round. At $1 million, it's over. It's over. Now the campaign won't close. That's for you TikTok too, right? The campaign won't close for at least 6 days after we hit $1 million. So I won't be surprised if we hit 1.2 million or 1.3 million or even 1.5 million. But none of that money is going to stay. Okay? Once we collect $1 million, whoever's left over is going to get refunded eventually. So I always tell people, get in early. You know what I'm saying? It happened in the last two investment rounds. Last two investment rounds when we were raising for Black Sands Entertainment, 900 people got refunded because they were late. So don't be late. $1 million is the max. $1 million. All right. Let's see what else. Got some more questions. Giselle says, what is the price per share? Well, I don't really have that information. Let me see. It's on here somewhere. I'm just trying to figure it out. Where is that information? It should be somewhere in these damn details. I know it's 1.4125 or something for early bird and 1.625 for like regular price, right? That's $1.62 or something. Regular price. That's the current share price. Good question, Giselle. Good question. Let's see what else. First goal hit, you can still invest. I'm just trying to make sure I got the right information for you guys. Let's see. I reserved my initial investment, but will I still be able to add more even without the 10% swing? It's not a $3 million investment round anymore. It's a $1 million investment round. So make sure you do your increase before then. Now I have some information for you. Until we confirm 500,000, you still can get the early bird special. So even though it shows that we're at 708,000 or whatever, right? 708,000. The real number is like 150,000 or something like that. It's not confirmed yet. So if you added, let's say you added $5,000 to your initial investment, right? And you did it today, all of that would be early bird. All of it. What's up?
Can I have some Coke, please?
You mean this one?
Yeah.
You can have this one. You want it?
No,
I needed some first before I gave it to you. My throat's sore. Here you go. You got the rest. You good? Do I look sick?
No.
All right. Well, go upstairs. Drink up. All right. Punk. My kids are funny, man. Let's see. So, hey, I'm watching you guys, but I can't answer your questions. So I have a lot of people on TikTok watching as well, but I'm here with you guys on YouTube. Let me go and get back to this. My son stopped me for a second, but us Black fathers have to make sure that we handle our business at home before we handle anything else. So yeah, like I said, if you increase your investment today or within the next couple of days before the 500K is hit internally, you will still get the early bird special. So just think about that. Let's see what else. Has BSP Comics received interest for a partnership or buyout? Has our stock increased in value since inception? I think you're talking about Black Sands Entertainment, because this question wouldn't make sense for BSP Comics. The app just came out, right? This is the first investment round for the app, so this question wouldn't pertain to that. As far as Black Sands Entertainment goes, the value has gone up considerably since the initial investment round. In fact, it's probably gone up about 3 times the normal the investment, the valuation at that time, right? The valuation at the first round was $5 million valuation, right? It's probably closer to $15-20 million now. That's all unofficial because we are a private company, right? So we don't have like a stock market telling us what our value is. But we've done a lot of things since then, big things. So it's looking good for those early investors. When can we expect new issues of Raw, Iniola, and Kids to Kings? Well, Black Sands issue 9 and 10 are hitting in about 2 weeks. First Pharaoh probably within a month. So next issue of First Pharaoh in a month. Iniola is going to be a while. Iniola is going to be a very long time. How long to a return on investment? This is the magic question. The magic question. And the answer is 3 to 5 years. If everything goes great. If everything goes great, 3 to 5 years. Because within 3 to 5 years, you should be able to either sell your shares or get caught in the big acquisition, right? If an acquisition happens, right, then you're going to win anyway. right? So those are the fates that we have in front of us. Uh, all you're getting is stock. You're getting preferred stock in our company, and hopefully we get to the Series B round and past that, and the big play happens, right? That's assuming everything goes right. Hopefully it does, right? We haven't missed yet. Black Sands has been pretty freaking good, so we'll see. Question from TB Carmichael. And the question is, does $100 equal one share? No. $100 equals whatever amount of shares, 1.625 divided by 1.625 that is, right? So I don't know, maybe 60, 70 shares, something like that, right? You're gonna have to go and check it yourself. The numbers are in there, documents are in there, so just check it out. Let's see. Do you have a background in animation or entertainment? Well, those two fields don't really matter for the app, right? We are talking specifically with people who've scaled apps before, right? So if you're talking about stuff like we have conversations with people from DePass, right? We have conversations with people from AudioMac, right? So these are all big platforms with like millions and millions of users, and we're trying to learn from them how to scale and bring in a profit as well, right? So that's the thing. I'm not personally, I don't have much information about, how to scale apps. I'm not an app guy, right? I'm a creator. Frank Stockton says, "Is this $100 due by a certain time?" Yes, immediately. Anything that you invest at this point on, from now on, is immediate. The reason is because this is an actual official round. When people were reserving, they could have said, "Hey, I'm invested $1,000," and they'd be like, "Okay, when the round begins, you'll pay $1,000." But the round's begun now, so now everybody's on the margin. The second you invest, they're gonna ask you for a form of payment. You can take a credit card, debit card is the easiest way. You can do ACH. You could do a check. You could do freaking transfers, direct transfers, whatever. Right? There's many ways to bring your funds into WeFunder. I see some guys on TikTok saying they just confirmed. Good job, man. Remember, the link is in my bio. So if you guys on TikTok are looking to invest, the link is in my bio. Just click the link in my bio and boom, you're at the investment round. Let's keep going. Can you please allow annual patron contributions? All right, I'll figure out a way to make an annual rate. All right, I'll figure out a way to make an annual setting. So I see a lot of people do ask for that. All right. I confirmed my investment today. When will the money come out of my account? Well, the money should come out the second you do it, unless you already put money in. Because a lot of people already put money in like months ago, right? And now they're just confirming it, right? But, if you haven't put any money in yet at all, they'll ask you for a payment method. You know what I'm saying? And typically, the only thing that takes a long time is like, if I recall, uh, I think when they did transfers, when people did transfers, it took like forever. It took forever to do a transfer, like 2 weeks, and I don't know why, but it was just super slow the processing. But everything else was pretty quick, like 3 to 5 days max, and most of the debit card and credit card stuff happened instantly. Let's see. Can you put the investor link in chat? Well, it's in the description. So if you just look at the description, you can do it there. But I'll also put it in the chat right now. Okay. Here you go, guys. Remember, it's more important to invest than to listen to me. So if you want to leave this conversation for a moment in order to get your investment in and come back, by all means do so. Here is the information. I just put it in the chat. It's taking a second to load, but it's going to be there. There we go. How do we confirm? Just go to your account. Go to your account on WeFunder, and they're going to ask you, "Hey, investment round's open. Please confirm." And then you're going to hit confirm, And if you haven't paid yet, they'll ask for the payment. If you have paid already, they'll just say congratulations, see ya. Let's see what else. I think I answered this question, so that's fine. Uh, 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years. Uh, you can invest in Black Sands and BSP. No, this investment round is specifically for BSP Comics, the app. The app, the digital rights to all the content. That's what this investment round is for. So you're buying a specific part of our company, the tech side of it. You know what I mean? So that's what's happening. Let's see what else. Any idea when the animation round is going to happen? Next summer. Next summer. It's going to be after the animated pilot actually comes out. So after the premiere, we're going to do the big investment round for the season. So for you guys in TikTok as well that's interested in the anime, next summer, all right? Next summer is when we're going to have that investment round. Okay? Let's see what else. Are you looking to do NFTs? Nope. I don't like NFTs at all. I don't like the NFT market, so nope. Will the app be compatible for laptops and PCs in the future? Maybe we'll have a website version once we get big enough. But for the most part, you'll have to crack it, right? You'll have to get something like Blue Chip or something to use the app on your laptop or desktop, right? Blue Chip runs like Android platforms easily, so that's a good way to crack it. But for the most part, no, not really. There's a lot of money for no real benefit, right? Not right now. Is there a possibility, from Lawrence, is there a possibility to get more involved in helping creating the Black Sands publishing universe? Yes, make your own titles. We constantly sign new titles. So anybody who has their own title, has their own comics, can get on the BSP Comics app. And if it's really good, they get a featured offer as well. So yeah, the BSP Comics universe, absolutely. It's possible. You know, Black Sands specifically, like Black Sands, the Seven Kingdoms. No, right? I like controlling my stories. Someone asked question. I guess there's some kind of confusion about the second round because this is the third round. This is the third investment round we've ever ran. The second investment round was in November of 2020. That helped us finish the app. That helped us expand the app and get the content for the app. And we've done it. The app is out. We launched. We launched about 4 months ago. We did very good. And we got a lot of users and a lot of content on that app. So that money was well spent, very well spent, right? So that round definitely did its job. And people who invested in that round are doing exceptionally well as far as like where their investment's at right now. So, yep. Let's see. Kenneth says, I invest in the first round before. Can I still invest? And the answer is, yep. We have people who invested in every single round. Our lead investor for this round, Kevin Brown, he invested in every single round that we had. And he invested big in every single round we had, like 10K plus. So, do what you do. Do whatever you do. Like this is like how spreading out your portfolio, right? You invest in different things and see what happens, right? Let's see what else. Is there a minimum to invest? Yes, $100. It says it right there on the screen. So if you look right there, it says invest, minimum 100, right? So you can see that right there. And let's see. Let me see if I can update that because I haven't updated it. Let's see. Yep. So we just updated it. Yep. Now I'm going to take a break from questions and I'm just going to read what people have said, right? Or actually, I'm gonna see if you guys can hear this. But they had an investor panel, right? They we were asked by professionals what they wanted. So I'm gonna let this run. Tell me if you can hear this or not in the comment section, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
I mean, 50,000 users, 60% are.
My name is Manuel Godoy, the CEO of Black Sands Publishing. We basically make a distribution platform called BSP Comics to distribute comic books made by Black and Brown creators to Black and Brown users who have been neglected by platforms like Webtoons, Tapas, and Comixology. We saw a hole in the market, and then we decided to fill it. And we launched about a month ago, and to date, we've already gotten 50,000 users, and at least 60% of that has been organic. We are consistently in the top 100. Actually, we're in the top 20 on iOS and Android right now in books and references for both categories. So our app is doing phenomenal right now, and now we're trying to accelerate it with this route.
That's fantastic. You said you launched 1 month ago. You're in the top 20 on iOS.
Yes.
Fantastic. Congratulations. That's some really awesome initial traction. You must be feeling really good.
Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting it either.
Well, I'd love to hear more about that launch experience. I mean, 50,000 users, 60% organic. I mean, that's what did you do, or how did you find this audience?
Well, I've always had a big audience when it came to social media content, when Instagram and then TikTok and YouTube. And we raised $1 million last year on WeFunder through Black Sands Entertainment in order to develop this property. And it took about 9 months to develop this app. We wanted to basically make a Webtoons platform, but we couldn't just make one cookie cutter like Webtoons with the past. So we added game mechanics into it, like a gotcha system and everything else, in order to refresh the experience and diversify the reading experience for users, where they don't read one book and then leave. They actually read a whole bunch of them.
That's very interesting. So you mentioned you raised $1 million for Black Sands Entertainment, which is different from Black Sands Publishing.
Yes, it is the parent company of Black Sands Publishing.
Got it. And so this is a fundraise for like to spin out the sort of the Black Sands Publishing entity, the distribution platform.
Yes.
Got it. And can you talk a little bit more about the game mechanics? That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, so basically, I'm a big gamer. So every single free-to-play mobile game out there right now, RPGs especially, have gotcha mechanics, which are basically like random loot rolls in order to get new characters or stronger items or whatever. And we decided to do that with comic book chapters. So we give everybody about 3 chapters for free of every series on our platform. And then after that, they have to roll the gotcha and get random chapters along the way, right? And this basically forces a reading experience to spread out a bit, right? Instead of binging your one series that you came for and then leaving the app, thereby messing up, like, because my series Black Sands is very popular. So if everybody was just going to read Black Sands and leave, defeats the purpose of people actually joining my platform.
I see. So can you tell me more about the gotcha? I feel like that description of it I don't know quite as well.
Okay, so the idea of a gotcha system is you pay an in-game currency, right, or in-app currency that you get over time by doing daily missions like read a chapter, comment, right, or whatever. And when you get those currencies, you can spend them on the gotcha system, which will allow you to roll like a random hypothetical roll on content, and you'll get a random piece of content every time. Usually, it's a chapter of a comic book, right? And that's how we basically deliver the system to the people. We also have trading cards as well. So people are allowed to do trading cards, which is way different from Webtoons and Fast.
That is very interesting. And I'm assuming then that users can pay kind of to buy more in-app currency in addition to
the
same way you have those mobile games.
Yes, currently we have a very basic monetization situation where it's just some microtransactions, but eventually the main monetization system will be opt-in ads. We don't want to have banners or nothing. We just want to have opt-in where they actually choose to watch a 30-second non-skippable ad, and then we give them like an unlock ticket or something like that, so they can like control the way they read without having to do missions. That way, it's really good to monetize the free-to-play people, and then the people who want to subscribe monthly, they can as well, and they'll get a massive amount of currency daily.
Yeah, cool. And do you have, of the 50,000 users, do you have already revenue?
Yes, we did get some revenue. We Yeah, we did do revenue last month. We only did like $3,000, but you know, literally we were just testing to see what would work and what wouldn't
Sure.
work, and hopefully kill the bugs, right? Now that was one of the good things about the platform too, was just the fact that we were so low on critical bugs. There was like no critical bugs on either release for Droid or iOS.
That's great. So tell me a little bit more about the revenue plan going forward. I mean, do you have sort of a forecast, or what are you expecting?
Yeah, we're projecting that, first we got to get revenue neutral on our advertising spend. So we're probably going to be trying to hit that within 3 months after our round is closed. That means that we're going to be fully implementing our revenue models within like 2 months for subscription, and also advertising, right? And our download cost is actually extremely high because we're so niche. So we actually get like 77 cents per install right now in the US, so it's extremely like effective right now, and I believe that we'll be able to get this quickly because we already have a major platform in Patreon where we have people subscribing to us monthly already. So we know that people are used to subscribing to us on a very high basis. We do about 26,000 a month in donations alone on our Patreon.
And when you say our Patreon, the Patreon is for your
Black
comic
Sands
book,
Entertainment.
Black Sands Entertainment. Okay, and so you're converting a lot of those users into users of the Black Sands Publishing app, and you're using that to
Absolutely.
promote additional Black and Brown voices.
Yes, absolutely.
Got it. And 77 cents an install sounds really good. Do you feel like that will work for quite a while?
Yeah, because we actually have a whole bunch of influencers who make new creative all the time. So they have their own way of saying things, and people just recognize them and be like, oh, okay, they're on this, let's go. And so we definitely have a really good drive there. And also, we also have a future revenue model after this next round, where we're going to make a second version of the app that's exclusive for schools and libraries. This is a much more licensing heavy um, um, business model, right? And
Mhm,
potentially could be literally the main player if we do it right,
mhm,
you know?
mhm, mhm. I just want to go back for a second to the influencers, because that actually is interesting. I guess all of the creators who are distributing through your platform are also promoting the app.
Yeah, there are
Is that
many
what
there
you
are
meant?
many influencers. Yeah, there are many influencers. Some of them are really big. I have this guy called King Lion. I brought him onto TikTok a while ago, but then he gained like 400,000 followers in like a month and a half. I don't know how he did it, but he's been driving a lot of traffic himself. I have a big platform myself, so I always drive traffic. And between me, him, and a whole bunch of other creators, plus just the fandom going crazy, it just has a lot of natural traction. And we also got covered a lot in the media too. We got covered by the LA Times, CBR, Publishers Weekly, and a whole bunch of other, I can't even remember them all right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. I mean, that's great. So what? Just so I know, I'm just going to look back at sort of what the fundraise amount is, but what do you plan to use the capital for?
Yeah, so we're raising $3 million, and we're gonna do a million, million, a million. As far as like how we're just making it very simple. We're gonna do $1 million in development. That is 500,000 in app development, 500,000 in content development, right? So that's more like acquisitions. Content development is acquisitions, series, teams, all that art stuff, that kind of thing. Then we have $1 million in just straight growth. That's hiring influencers, making a whole influencer marketing team that's just I feel like that's the most efficient way to get downloads compared to straight raw ads. And then finally, we're gonna spend the last million on key employees. Try to lock down some really high level people for at least 2 years, right? And not only that, but after this investment round, we're also gonna be looking for a technical investor who's actually like already in this space at the 100 million plus range, right? And say, hey, grandfather us, teach us how to do that, right? Just let because at the end of the day, I'm a comic book developer. I work with people who know what they're doing, and I go with the people who are like experts in this field, and I just make sure that it stays popular and it's really high, and the messaging we're doing is like right on message every time for everything.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I just have, I guess, one last question I wanted to just dive in on. You mentioned key employees and tech investor. Like, what roles do you see those key employees
Okay,
filling?
so editor-in-chief is definitely paramount. We need somebody who's going to be able to handle all the creators and stuff, make sure that their content's up to par, so that we have a really high standard because it's a curated app. It's not like Webtoons where anybody can get on there. You have to go through a process. We also need to have our own PR and marketing department. We just got to have that. And then, a whole bunch of smaller paid internships that we're going to be having. A lot of them, though. So stuff like scouts, what's it called? We're just looking for people to pick off. Reality is there's a lot of content creators out there already that I don't have on this platform that I would love to just pick them off, right? And we need a lot of eyes on the ground to be able to do stuff like that.
Great, great. Is there just before we wrap? Is there anything else you want to add that we didn't cover yet?
No, not really. I think we're doing a great job right here. The fact that we can consistently stay in the top 20-ish, of everything, and we're outranking Comixology and Marvel and DC as a comic book company. Like really, says that we have a lot of potential considering this is just us starting off. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, clearly. Well, that sounds great. Congratulations on all the success so far, and continue good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm back. So yeah, that was pretty cool, right? Now I wanted you guys to see that because, right, you need to get an unbiased opinion from professionals, right? And that was one of the professional panelists from WeFunder. They have like third-party partners who have their own successful companies who go and interview people like venture capitalists, right, in order to give an unbiased perspective of what you do, right, how you're planning on doing things, all that good stuff. Now obviously we're not doing a $3 million round anymore, right? We're going to $1 million and we're stopping, right? But the questions he asked was very relevant to what we're doing. You know what I mean? Let's see, let's keep going. How many times can you invest in this round? Basically once, right? You can change your investment all the way up until it closes. Until it closes, you can increase, you can decrease, you can cancel, you can do anything, right? But you basically one person, right? There's no multiple like transactions. It's one transaction. Let's see what else. Difference between BSP and Black Sands. The simplest thing is that Black Sands Entertainment is the parent company. Black Sands Publishing is a subsidiary. The subsidiary that owns the app, subsidiary that owns all the digital content, all right, of the entire company. So that's what BSP Comics is. That's the difference. All right. It's narrower. It's a specific product. This question again, how long does the investment round last? And that would be until we hit $1 million. That's it. That's how long it lasts. Did you already go over how to confirm? Yeah. So what you want to do is just go to your account if you already invested in a reserve, and just go to your portfolio. Check it out. They'll usually ask you, "Hey, you have a chance to confirm your investment," and when you confirm it, if you already paid, you're good to go. It'll just say confirmed, right? But if you haven't paid yet, they'll prompt you to pay. So that's what's up. Let's see. Let's see. It's Blue Stacks, not Blue Chips. Yeah, it's Blue Stacks, not Blue Chips. Correct. It's Blue Stack. Okay, that's great. Where's the return? So the return would be 3 to 5 years if we either go public or get acquired. That is the play. That is the play. I do want to give this disclaimer to everybody. Do not invest money that you will miss. All right? Always invest what you can afford to lose. Do not invest money that you seriously will need within 6 to 12 months. This is a long-term investment, and most companies statistically don't win. That's just the way it is. That's the normal world. Most companies ain't gonna make it. So what you're doing here is you're making an informed gamble on our future. And you're saying Black Sands can pull it off, where so many failed, right? Will we? Hopefully, right? I'm pretty good at what I do, right? But make sure you can lose this money. Don't freaking go out there and be like, I'm gonna need this in 6 months, so I hope it works out, because this is locked in for a while. All right, very important, very important. And I believe I just answered this question. Is investing rolling a dice, or is Black Sands on the rise? Rolling a dice. All right, Black Sands is on the rise, but even with popular titles, even with a lot of traction, it's still rolling the dice. We are so early right now. We're in the seed round. All right, it's more of a like guarantee when you're like the Series B, right? Because you're this close to going public, right? So you already know long list of financials, long list of accolades and what the heck you expect to happen in the next year, right? But early like this, in the very early stages, you're shooting dice. You're shooting dice. You can invest right now. Don't worry about that. You didn't miss the investment round. Just click the link that I gave everybody, wefunder.com/BSP Comics, and you can invest. Don't think you missed it because we just started. We don't have the educational version yet. We don't have an educational version of the app. So the question is from David McQuarter, for all you guys on TikTok, is any updates on the educational version of the app sales or the that post invest development? Yeah, we haven't got to that part yet. We haven't got to that part yet. That's that's significantly more development. It's a different version of the app. So that hasn't been done yet, and it probably won't be done until the school semester of 2023, which I think is like the fall of 2022, is where we can start bringing that to market. But it won't be anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What's the likelihood of a good payout for investors if we make it? Be honest with you. The good thing is the market is over. It's extremely volatile right now. It's really good because I see companies in this space getting bought out for 200, 300, 500 million dollars, way more than what they're actually worth, like 40 times more than what they're worth, because there's this big war right now in Korea. Right now, a lot of Korean companies and Chinese companies are fighting for dominance in the world, and as a result, they're buying anything that's even close to competition to one another, and they're buying it for absurd amounts of money in order to fight each other to the death. Right? It's like a big war in heaven right now. And so long as you can dominate a specific niche, right? You can dominate a specific niche and say your audience is different from theirs and you cater to a certain thing. You might be able to get into that acquisition war that's going on between those two, get a little bidding war going, and exit for like 200, $300 million, right? And everybody's investing in a $13 million valuation. So if we exit at two or $300 million, we all gonna be living real. You know what I mean? Like we all gonna be balling. So let's see what happens, right? Veronica has a cool story, so I'd love to share it, right, for everybody out there who hasn't seen it. My son said that he saw your company during Comic Con. I was laughing because I invested for him. See there? Sometimes you did a play before your kids even know, and then they'd be like, "Oh, that thing was so cool," and you'd be like, "Yeah, you ain't know I already invested in that." So thank you so much, Veronica. Appreciate it. Let's see. Let me see. Just making sure I got everything. There's a lot of comments since I stopped, so let me make sure I catch up. So I got one guy here who's like, I don't know, probably a hater, but let's address it anyway, right? When is the comic gonna be finished? Because this is a fat scam. It'll probably never be finished because that's what successful comic book brands do. They don't finish their stuff, right? So we're almost done with season one of Black Sands. That's 13 issues in. We're at issue 10 right now, right? And we're gonna continue to go because it sells. If you think that's a scam, you can always not follow me. See you later. Have you had any offers from major companies for distribution rights on the anime? Yes. For the anime, yes. For anything else, not yet. Let's see. When can we expect the TV series? Well, we're definitely going to have the Black Sands pilot, most likely in February or a little bit later than February. And then we're going to bring that to market, right? So we will be shopping it around once we're done with it. A TV series, that's going to be a long time from now. 2 to 3 years is just very expensive and a very long process. Like even if you have it fully funded, it's still going to take 2 to 3 years. The first season of any animation is going to take 2 to 3 years. Subsequent seasons are faster because you already built a lot of the content, right? And you're reusing it. But the first season usually takes forever. Let's see. So if we have preferred stock in Black Sands Entertainment, we have shares in the parent company, correct? Yes. If you invested last year in those two investment rounds, you have shares in the parent company, correct? If you invested just now, that's in the subsidiary. What's your opinion on Milestone Media partnership with DC and its new content? Well, I always thought that Milestone Media was a victim of its time, right? They had problems because they had to rely on the industry in order to be successful, right? And they did a deal with DC in order to get distributed, right? And then DC said it wasn't marketable, and they killed the whole brand, and the brand died, right? Now they're trying to resurrect them like 20 years later, right? But you still have to deal with the same beast that you had before. Me personally, I think the whole comic book industry is dead. I think that selling directly to your customers is the best, most viable option. I believe that selling at Walmart and Target is a lot more important than selling at, the local comic book shop, right? Because Black people don't shop at the local comic book shop for books. Most of these parents out there, when they buy books, they go to Walmart, Target, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million. That's like 90% of Black people. You know what I'm saying? 90% of all Black people shop for books at those locations. And yet we fight, we struggle, we try to get to the price points of comic book shops, and we don't even belong there. So, that's why I feel about it. That's why I feel about Milestone, is they're a victim of their time. They felt there was only one viable option in order to succeed. And the problem was that option was completely dictated by a superior force, which was DC Comics. And DC said die, and they died. That was it. Just like a gladiator. You never know when some random spoiled child is going to say, hey, I believe this exhibition match between two brands should end in the execution of the loser. And you're like, bruh, it's an exhibition match. We didn't know we were supposed to be fighting hard for real. And you're like, well, I don't care because I'm a rich, noble kid. And I say that somebody should die today. And then you get executed in a match you weren't even fighting in because somebody just said die. That was the industry. That's the industry today. If they say your brand is dead, your brand is dead. It don't matter how successful you think you are. It don't matter how many comics you sell. If they say I don't feel like marketing this title anymore. I believe it's dead. It's dead. And that's it. Nothing you can do about it. Do you really want to put yourself in that situation? I know I don't. Let's see. Hey, Sean Wilson. That's what I'm talking about. Confirmed, baby. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yo, we need some more Brazilian titles. That's the real facts, man. We got so many dope black and brown and indigenous titles from Brazil, and I can't close them, man. I've been trying to close them for a minute, man, because I'll translate them myself. I'll get it edited and translated myself if I can get those titles. There's some dope titles in Brazil that I can't get my hands on for whatever reason. I can't get my hands on them. Can you speak about the final investor terms on BSP Comics round? There's not much to say. I mean, it's just the stock price, right? Stock price is the only real thing. It's just preferred shares. So it's non-voting shares, right? There are no dividends, right? They're non-voting shares. They're not dividends. And we're going up to $1 million. That's it. There's no special term. There's also like $1,000 tier. So if you invest $1,000 or more, you get 500 unlocked tickets on the app. But that's like a bonus, right? It's just a bonus thing that we're giving to people who invest $1,000 or more. We'll give them a code that'll give them 500 unlocked tickets on the app, which basically allows you to unlock the entire app without ever having to do any of the stuff you normally have to, right? So yeah. But there's no special terms. There's no like special things you have to learn about or special rules or special exemptions. Pretty standard, stop. Let's see what else. See, I confirmed 1,000, but I don't see the other 3,000 I invested months ago. When you say months ago, do you mean this year or last year? Because someone could say months ago and meant November or December, right? If you invested last year, it would be in a completely different company. It would be in Black Sands Entertainment, right? And it'll be a different portfolio. But if you're talking about Black Sands Publishing, everything you put in should be in the same thing because there's no multiple accounts. Whatever you put in is what's in there. And if it's not in there, right? If it's not in there, then you didn't put it in there yet. You know what I mean? A lot of people confirm something and then put some other amount in, right? Like they're like, hey, I'm gonna put in like $5,000. And then when the round opened, they were like, I'm really gonna probably do like 2,000. And they changed their numbers. So just check that. Check to see if any numbers change over time. If you put the money in already, right? Or if you just reserved it. Because some people did just say, hey, I'm gonna invest 3,000 in when it starts, right? Who are your target market? Teenagers and middle-aged men and women, right? So it's the college market's kind of hard, right? But you'd be surprised how many readers are like 30 to 40 years old. That video game age, like the real gamers, right? So 30 to 40, 40 to 50, you'd be surprised how many people are actually like avid readers and purchasers. You know what I'm saying? And teenagers love this stuff. Teenagers love this content in general. College market is a little hard, right? It's popular, but it kind of depends on like where they're at politically, right? Whether they like it or not, right? And that's how it works. That's the targets. Uh, I believe I just answered that one. The investment tiers, $1,000 or more gets you to 500 unlock tickets. That's the only bonus. Maybe later on for sure, right? We're a little early for that though. We're very early for some automated calculated system. You know, Like we're just starting the seed round, so we're like it's gonna be very hard to do any kind of calculations. You know what I'm saying? Will Black Sands comics be educational, factual? Depends on the title. Black Sands is very educational from a cultural perspective, but it's not an accurate story. It's not history, right? It's a fantasy story. But a lot of other titles on the app are actually educational, are actually like real historic events. For instance, Inca, The Legend of Kiz Kiz. That's about as close to real history as you're going to get. You know, that's about as close to real history as you're going to get. It's the real events, real characters, real locations, real time periods, right? No superpowers, no gods, none of that stuff. Real stuff, right? So it really depends on which titles, but yeah, that's how it goes. By the way, if you haven't invested yet, just go ahead and leave this chat and go and invest. I like this. This one's really good. I like this one right here. The state of California recently made taking an ethnic studies class a requirement to graduate from high school. Is this the type of opportunity Black Sands would explore? I am currently exploring that already. So we're working on New York, though. We're working with New York and other places where they're actually making it Black, African studies or Black history, right? Studies mandatory in K through 12. These are the places where we want to get our placements in as quickly as possible. Be a part of that initial purse because I don't want freaking scholastics to get all the black money. You know what I mean? I want the money that's dedicated to Black history, Black inclusion, Black content. To flow through people like our company and the titles that we represent. You know what I mean? So we are definitely fighting for that money right now, right? We are definitely trying to get in there early before that money is distributed, right? So that we can be at the forefront of this new movement of liberal states that are adding Black studies as a mandatory requirement in schools. You understand? And this is why I kind of get mad at people that be like, "Oh, they both sides are the same," right? Because in Texas, they're outlawing anything related to Black positivity in schools, but in New York, it's mandatory that you learn about Black historical achievements and everything else in school. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about both sides all we want, but there's clearly differences. Would you consider appealing to the African market in the future? I already do. I have a lot of fans in South Africa. South Africa, I'm pretty big in South Africa. Nigeria too, not so much, but definitely South Africa. We are balling in South Africa. We got a lot of fans in South Africa. We also have African titles, a lot of African titles. So on the app, so they feel welcome and they feel at home. Now actually putting money into marketing in Africa, not at this time, but we will eventually, just not at this time. Maybe we can get a whole bunch of influencers over there. I think that's what we'll do. We'll probably get like influencer marketing with like African influencers. I think that's the best way to handle trying to get outreach out there in other parts of the world through influencers. It's a good idea. How do you feel about this? Well, Unique Studios in the same position as us as far as like the level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass on this question, right? All I will say is I'm never giving my fate to another brand. I will never let somebody else dictate the success of my brand. That's all I'm saying. Yes. Somebody quoted me. They said the comic industry is dead. He said, "Damn, that hurts, but the truth can hurt." It's true, right? The truth can hurt. It said sometimes the comic book industry is dead. If you're not part of the big three, ain't no reason to even show up. Being dead honest with you. If you ain't part of Marvel, DC, or Disney, right? Disney has their own little titles and stuff like that. Marvel, DC, and Disney. you're not going to get any shelf space. You're not going to get any shelf space. You're damn not going to get any money, especially as an independent creator who's signed to Dark Horse or Image or whatever. Good luck with that. I've seen people sell 80,000 copies of their books and get a check for like $6,000. If I sell 80,000 copies, I'm getting 600K. What's up, man? I've been talking to you for a minute. I know I offered a deal for your title, right? What's going on, man? he got a story. I think it's, I don't know what country. I think it's Mexican, right? About but no, it's not Mexican. It's a Musketeer story, right? A Musketeer story. Yeah, I believe it's a Musketeer story. I liked it. I liked it. It was gritty. It was gritty as hell. So yeah, we got to get that translation, man. I liked it. I wanted it on the app. I have my savings account taken out 3,000. So who do I talk about that? Contact WeFunder and give them the receipt. Give them the receipt and say, hey, where's that money? That's the best way. So contact WeFunder directly at their help thing and say, here's my receipt to WeFunder. I don't see that money in my portfolio. Where is that money? Right? And they'll find it for you. They'll find it for you, right? In case there's a filing issue, right? They'll find it for you. Please keep this live up. Yeah, I'm going to keep this live up for you guys. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to get rid of it. Let's see. Do we get investor contracts after confirming? Not yet. When the round ends, they're going to have everybody sign their documents. I'm going to countersign, and then you get your contract. You get your contract with your shares. Happens every time. It's a little slow at first, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if that process takes 1 to 2 months after the investment round closes. It wasn't fast before. It wasn't fast before. So I'm not gonna get your hopes up now saying second the investment round's over, you're gonna get your contracts, right? It can be a slow process. So we'll see, right? All right, here we go. And it's in caps. So let me answer it. Can we still invest in Black Sands Entertainment? And the answer is yes, eventually. One day we're going to have another investment round for the parent company. It won't be anytime soon because we have a lot of amazing things happening, right? That are in development and haven't launched yet. So I'm not looking to invest. I'm not looking to get capital for my company until I've seen the maximum valuation before the next round, right? I'm planning on going to the next round with a 30 million plus valuation on the parent company, right? Which means I got to do a lot of amazing plays, but I can do it. So, like I said, we're not going to be rushing to it. What do you think about comics trying hard to include alternative lifestyles to storylines? That's what indie is for. I really don't get it. That's what indie is for, right? Let's say this. If you want LGBT comic books, go to Kickstarter. You'll find a million of them from small creators who have very niche markets for themselves, right? You want a story about cooking? Go to these small niche areas. DC Comics, Marvel Comics don't need to change their characters, don't need to change the characters' identities or whatever in order to fill this niche. The niche already exists. Let the creators, right, who already make this content do it. You don't have to co-opt their movement. They already make it, right? That's like when Marvel and DC decides to make a whole bunch of black characters, right? Instead of just signing a whole bunch of black characters that were already created by really good professionals who are successful in their space. And they're like, well, we could sign them, but that means we don't own it, we don't control it. So let's make it ourselves. And that's what they do. And so that's how I feel about it. Include alternative lifestyles. So for me, it's if you want it, sign that other title that already exists from the creators who already exist, right? Don't be co-opting any movements, right? Whatever movement it is, don't co-opt it because it's freaking stupid. You're just being selfish and a control freak. If you really want that content, just sign the people who already make it. And don't fucking make your characters that have been around for 1 billion years into something that they're not. All right, so I am done with the questions. Guys, let's go and refresh this campaign one last time before I head off. So we're looking at, well, damn, that went up a lot. Well, we're now at 716,907. I don't know how we just gained $8,000 in the last 20 minutes, but okay, I'll take it. So now we're at $716,900. Be sure to invest right now if you're here and you love the conversation and you thought that I sold you on it. I got you motivated and I answered the questions. I didn't evade questions. I wasn't a snake oil salesman. I did my stuff properly. If you think that was the case, then invest, right? And expect your returns in 3 to 5 years. Don't hit me in those 6 months talking about, bro, did we start making money yet? Don't do it, man. Don't hit me in 6 months because I ain't got no answer for you, bro. But yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much for supporting the company. And remember, if you haven't seen the Black Sands trailer yet, definitely check the last video we popped up because that was the trailer, the official trailer of the Black Sand anime. For all you guys on TikTok, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And remember, the link is in the bio. So if you need the link to the investment round, just click the link in my bio and you'll be able to get there too. All right. Oh yeah, and these shirts go on sale this weekend. You see this shirt right here? Let me show you. Let me go get this open for you guys. This shirt right here, Black Sands. What's up? Right? Black Sands. Look at it right there on the backside. Right? Because we got to have the name on there too, right? So this shirt right here, this shirt is going to be available this weekend only. All right? We only got like freaking a couple of shirts. So you're looking at like maybe 150 shirts. The very limited edition. So we got a couple for you guys. You can buy them this weekend, and then that's it. All right? So make sure you get them. All right? You guys too, okay? That's it. I'll holler at you later. Remember, I'm going to give the link one last time. Here it is. For everybody who came in a little late, wefunder.com/BSP Comics. And there you go. All right. See y'all later.